I'm Sarah Starr, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. Are you feeling a post-new moon lunar hangover, or do you feel really good? The reason is because we're still under those lunar energies right now. So there's going to be some lingering ascension symptoms. Be aware and prepared for that. Also, Mercury went retrograde today, so be aware of that too. And this is just before the moon shifts into that Capricorn energy. So you might be experiencing some heart palpitations. You might be experiencing like a buzz within your body and your mental body too. So there's a lot of adjustments to the newer energy that already came in. And it has our mental body kind of spinning right now. But remember, right now, you are being pushed to reflect and to revise before organizing anything else in your life right now. Mercury retrograde means lay low. Don't make any big decisions. So it can be a really confusing time, especially because we also have the winter solstice that is arriving December 21st. So you will be able to feel those energies coming up to that peak. And that'll be the shortest day of the year. And with all that being said, let's go look at the sun. So really not too much going on. However, we did have a C8 flare yesterday, and it was also associated with this C2.9. This is from 3514. So those two CMEs from 3514 were classified as a partial halo CME, although they are analyzing the data to see when the arrival date will be. But we haven't had too much today. We have some C-class flares, but only 2 of them, and our percentages have went down since 3511 went off of the sun limb. Now we have 7 sunspots. We are going to look at 3514, but the rest of them are pretty stable right now, so we're going to keep directed on this area right now. So this is 3414. This gave us that partial halo CME. Our percentages are a little low. I mean, 40% for C-class flares, and we have had them. So this looks like there's a lot of buffers in between. If these dissipate or they grow together, then we'll be able to see a higher probability of those flares. But note, it is in beta range right now. And those C-class flares did send us into a very small radio blackout, very, very small, minimal, but this is where the areas are affected in this current moment. And these are going to continue pulsing through the day. At the moment, it is located over South America, so they may be experiencing some technical difficulties, literally. And here's a look at it. So it was very powerful. The velocity wasn't too much, so we'll probably be able to see maybe remnants around the 16th, I would say, depending, but I'll show you velocity. So here's our velocity. The bulk of it is around 500 kilometers per second. So I'm going to say if this does have an Earth-directed component or the arrival time that they're thinking of, I would say probably around the 16th. Our coronal hole isn't too massive, so yeah, probably around the 16th, maybe 17th. And this is our coronal hole. So it has scattered quite a bit and has died down in its size. But some of these are still a little Earth directed. Note that 3514 that's going to give us the most activity is right over here next to this coronal hole. And here is another look where those little spots for the coronal hole are. Note, we do have some filaments on here as well. Now our solar winds were around 330 kilometers per second. Density is around a 3, but we are at KP2 levels right now. Now we're still going to experience that weak enhancement from the positive polarity that is passing us right now. It's going to die down just a teeny tiny bit, and then Friday we are also going to have a weak enhancement. Now this is from the CME from the 11. But our solar winds are pretty much going to decrease through the 15th. Now here's our Schumann resonance. So right now we are integrating a lot of that new moon energy, and that would be this right here. So there is a lot of density going on. Triggers definitely happen. And then some people are just really settling nicely into this new acquired energy. So this is probably going to last for a couple of days as well until we get a new spike. I feel a spike is coming. So yet again, you might have some higher ascension symptoms today due to the new moon passing, the Mercury retrograde, and then also the winter solstice energy creeping up. Are you feeling any of that? Did you feel increase in symptoms, or were you able to integrate this a little bit better than other times, shall we say. So enjoy this lower solar weather. This is a good time to work on yourself, not take those big steps, but focus on self-care and then finalizing the details. Remember, we're in revision phase right now. We're not in action phase, revision phase. So try to ground yourself, because today is going to be a little bit of a mental day, like a mental health day. So if you find yourself being confused, or if you find yourself just kind of in la la land, go ahead and go outside and ground if you can. It'll help release some of that tension and that built up stagnant energy, so you are able to integrate this a little better. And then it'll increase a little bit of that clarity as well. Yay! I'm Sarah Starr, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. Love ya!